Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Obviously we are finally back in American Truck Simulator and we're starting a new playthrough series, and of course the game kicks you right into picking your headquarters. So although I've got explaining to do on how this is going to work, again, game kicks you right into picking your headquarters, so might as well do that first and then we will explain everything. So of course I'm going to pick Portland, Oregon. If you've been a fan of the channel for a while, you know that that's basically where I live, so I want to pick somewhere that I live in real life. It just kind of makes more sense to me. So let's go ahead and confirm the selection, and then do we want to walk through this tutorial? After 1500 hours in the game, I don't think I need one, so we're going to say no. And so here we are in the game. We are greeted by a welcome screen. It is very weird for me to see this because I have not started a new profile in like 5 years. So this is a little weird for me to be seeing the entry screen again. But we're going to go ahead and hit continue. Continue on through. Basically, your own transportation company is now open for business. You lack the money to buy a truck. For now, you have to work for other companies as a driver for hire. I'm going to pretend, again, I'll explain a little better, but we are planning to do kind of like an RP of what like real life would be. So I'm going to pretend that I do not own a transportation company. I'm going to pretend that I am working for other companies. And again, I will explain that a little better as well in just a minute. But let's go ahead and continue through. Tasks: safely deliver a load of toys from Walmart in Portland. To Walmart in Portland. Employers provide you with a vehicle and will cover all expenses. Don't let anyone down and arrive on time. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pause here real quick. So I did leave some information down in the description below on kind of what my rules and goals are. So if you do want to look at those, feel free. It's gonna be there every single video just to kind of make it easier so that I don't have to keep explaining every time, because explaining would take a little while. So just real quick, I'm gonna run through those rules and kind of go through them in more depth just for the sake of the first video. So here are the rules just in Notepad++. This is what I have at the time of recording this. By the time I upload this, I may have thought of other rules that I have for myself, so again, make sure to check the description. But just to explain these a little further, rule number 1 is pretty straightforward: no loans. The game has a loan system and I am not allowed to get any. I gotta work from what I start with and just continue to work my way up. No replacing parts on trucks is rule number 2. So like if I buy a used truck, I can't just like quote unquote make it new by replacing all the parts. I know that that is a thing that the game has now, and actually the used truck dealer being added to the game is kind of what inspired this playthrough series. So again, I kind of want to keep it as realistic as possible. Realistically, most people, especially not me, I'm not a diesel mechanic, I'm not going to buy a used truck and then just like replace the whole engine and all this stuff. It's just not something that you would do. So I'm not going to do that in this series either. And then if it has issues or whatever, I just got to deal with the issues. If the issues make it undrivable, well then that sucks. I got to sell it and either buy another one or keep doing the driver jobs. And then similarly, if I crash a truck bad enough that I think it would have been totaled in real life, I have to sell the truck. I have to treat it like I totaled the truck and insurance is just paying me out for it or whatever. And so I would sell the truck at that point and have to buy a new one. And then I maybe should have gone over this first or put this as number 1, but here is the plan for the playthrough series. It is to start with quick jobs, treating it like I'm working for a company, kind of like I hinted at just a second ago. So basically, I'm going to keep it as realistic as possible. Like if I were to be becoming a real truck driver, realistically, most people don't start off by buying their own truck and then immediately just like having their own trucking company. Most people start off working for a company, you know, just some random ones I can think of are like Schneider, Swift, Western Express, whatever, you basically start with those, and then once you get some experience and get some money, then you can maybe become an owner operator or whatever. So that is kind of the plan here. I'm going to start by doing the quick jobs, treating it like I am working for a different company. So like if I take a load from and I kind of say this here, basically, if I take a like Red Freightliner Cascadia from Portland to Salem, then I would have to also take a Red Freightliner Cascadia from Salem as my next delivery. So that way it's kind of like, okay, I'm working for a company that drives Red Freightliner Cascadias. And then once I have earned enough money to buy a used truck, I will buy a used truck and use that until I have enough money to buy a new truck, and then I will save up to buy a trailer. And the ultimate goal is to work until I have $1 million. And then rule number 4 is no hiring employees. I have to earn all the money on my own. And then number 5, I'm going to do basically a mix of like RP and normal gameplay. Mainly it's going to be RP, but obviously for the sake of the game, sometimes I have to kind of break RP like I have for most of this video already. And that is pretty much all I think you need to know in order for us to get started here. So let's go ahead and jump back into the game. Okay, sorry, 2 more things that I want to note before I jump into this is that 1, I do have mods active. I've only got, I think, 8 mods active, something like that. It's basically just realism mods, so replacing the in-game companies with real companies, removing barriers and stuff like that. Basically just stuff that makes the game more realistic. And then the other thing I wanted to note, kind of building off of that, is that I did not do a like hard economy mod. I know a lot of people that do playthroughs like this, they choose to do a hard economy mod. You guys have seen how often I upload. It is obviously not very often, so I don't want this series to take 5 years. So I mean, and hey, to be fair, maybe it will anyways, I don't know. But I didn't want to give it a higher chance of taking 5 years. So no hard economy mods. If we do get through this like too fast, basically, I mean, I'll just start a new playthrough. I don't feel like that's too big of an issue. So that's what I wanted to note on that. And let's go ahead and jump into the truck and get driving. All right, so we have got a Mack Anthem here for our first delivery. Let's go ahead and get the truck started, get some lights on for safety, and let's go ahead and jump out and do our pre-trip real quick. Just check everything over and make sure we are all good to go. And just finished up that pre-trip, and final few things that we got to do here. Let's just go ahead and real quick we will do a tug test. That is always the final thing I do. And looks like we are all good to go. So let's get moving. All right, from here we got to make a left. So that's a little interesting. We're going to have to kind of swing pretty far to the right here to be able to see out down the road that way, and it looks like we are all clear that direction. Man, they really made this a little tough to see from. It also doesn't help that my mirrors are as big as they are, but it looks like we are all clear now. So let's go ahead and jump on out. It is a beautiful day for a first delivery. Doesn't look like we got any clouds in the sky whatsoever. Always great to see, and is not seen very often here in the Pacific Northwest. So any day that we get a clear sky like this, I am very, very thankful. And our first delivery is a real short one here. We're basically like just going across the street, but you know, they're wanting to start us off nice and simple here. I can definitely understand that, even with the road test and everything that we have to do to get the job here. Whoa, what? I've got a green light, dude. What are you doing? Well, that's interesting. I guess that guy just decided that lights don't apply to him. And I didn't realize that was a double left turn. I should have been in the right lane, especially because I got to turn right anyway. But thankfully there was nobody next to us, so it didn't really matter too much. But still something good to know. But, you know, we're a rookie here. Got some learning to do. And then our delivery point is just up here on the left, so just a quick jaunt from the warehouse to the actual Walmart shopping center. Nice and easy, like I said. So we'll go ahead and pull in here, see where they want it. Wow, we got a big speed bump to get in there. Good test for the air suspension and everything, that's for sure. Alright, sorry I'm blocking traffic for a minute. I'm sure there's a lot of angry people back there. And let's see. I'm assuming I'm going to go ahead and pull back over here. Is there some sort of guard shack where I can talk to somebody, figure out where this stuff's got to go? Does not appear so. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the truck here. Let me go ahead and walk on in and talk to whoever I can to figure out where they want it. Alright, so I just got done talking to them, and oddly enough, they don't want it in one of those docks. They want it parked right here next to these like plastic crates and stuff. So we're going to go ahead and get back in the truck and back it into where they want it, even though I don't understand why they would want it there, but whatever, not my job. Alright, we are back in the truck, and let's see how this first time backing up goes. Alright, let's go ahead and get all lined up. Let's go ahead and get this window down so I can go ahead and lean my head out, get a better view. Alright, and that is looking pretty good. Oh, and they've got backup beepers on these on these work trucks. Those things always annoy me. When I get my own truck, I am certainly not letting there be a backup beeper on that thing, but since it's a company truck, I'm sure there's some sort of rules or something about having to have it, because I think certain states require it. I actually don't know, to be honest, but probably should have gotten under that a little bit sooner. That is okay. We can still go ahead and pull forward just a little bit, and then that should line us up nice and good for this. Oh yeah, we are all set. It is basically straight back at this point. And then basically just gotta wait until we bump the dock. Gotta be getting close at this point, right? Come on. Alright, there we go. And then we will go ahead and jump out here, disconnect the trailer and all that kind of stuff. Or actually, well, I guess we'll see what the company wants. They may just have me unload and then take another trip with this truck. I'm not actually sure. They may just have me bobtail back. So let's go ahead and get the truck shut off for now, and we will figure out what the company wants. Alright, so the company actually did have me drop the trailer there and then bobtail back over to here to the Walmart warehouse. And there was another truck here waiting for me. So we're still in a Mack Anthem with the sleeper, as you can see, but we are in a red Mack now. So we do have a new load. It is for some home accessories, and it is going to Kennewick, Washington. So we're going to go ahead and get this truck all fired up and get going on our way. I'm not going to record the pre-trip for you again. I'm not going to do that every time. Also, like, obviously I skipped the bobtailing back, so figured the actual trips to places is probably what you guys are more interested in. So again, going to go ahead and do that pre-trip real quick, but not record it, and we'll go ahead and get driving. Alright, pre-trip done. Did the tug test and all that, but again, didn't record any of it, so we're just going to go ahead and get moving. And again, we got to deal with this very annoying exit here where visibility is not the best, because we've got this big sign here and then my big dumb mirrors and the fence that block the view the other direction. So not ideal, but I think we can still make it work. I think after this white Prius here, we'll be all clear, and it looks like it. So let's go ahead and jump on out, and then we'll get on the freeway, I assume. I guess let's go ahead and let me pop the screen, or pop the route on the map for you guys real quick. Pop the route on the map. That is not what I meant. I meant to say pop the route on the screen for you guys. So sorry about my inability to speak for a second there, but now you guys have seen what the route looks like. So yeah, we're going to be jumping on to 84 in just a brief second, and then we're going to be heading east towards Kennewick. It looks like basically all of the drive is going to be on 84, which, to be fair, 84 is an absolutely gorgeous drive. I have driven it in a car many times, and it is quite beautiful. So not upset that this is my first real trip, you know, as a trucker. Definitely not upset. And obviously we're not counting that little first trip that was across the street. I mean, I don't think that counts. And yet again, even though we did just do this, I forgot that this is a double turn lane and I should be in the right lane. But you know what? The guy in front of me from McDonald's was also not in the correct lane, so that makes me feel at least a little better. Alright, and I don't actually have anybody to my right anyway, so I can still swing a little wide. Not that I really need to, but still did anyway. Alright, didn't have to come to a complete stop there. That's always nice when you can keep rolling on through. Also helps give us a little bit of an advantage trying to get up to the 65-mile-an-hour speed limit here. And clearly we need it, because this truck apparently is not very powerful. Also assume we've got a fair bit of weight back there if it's like home accessories. I don't know if that would mean like furniture or just like decor or whatever, but I think we're at like 35,000 pounds of what we're hauling, so decent bit of weight, nothing crazy, but still obviously also not light. And clearly you can see what I mean by how beautiful it is. We got some mountains off to the left, trees, tunnels, all kinds of good stuff. I seriously love this drive. I could do this drive every day and you would not hear me complain a single time. You may hear me complain about the drivers and all the people I have to deal with, but you won't hear me complaining about how pretty it is. Got a river, train bridge, train tracks running right through the middle, and the best part of all is we got a green light. We don't have to stop at the way station, which is always a pleasant surprise when you get the bypass signal. Definitely very appreciative of that. And we're coming up to the first city that we're driving through. It looks like we're going to be driving through the Dalles. Obviously not taking any exits here or anything, because no reason to. So we're just going to keep rolling on through. They got a cool bridge here that we get greeted by. It looks like some fish on there. Very cool. Looks like I assume they were made out of metal. Beautiful little city. Kind of a sharp corner here. Kind of snuck up on me a little bit. I didn't see any signs saying to slow down for that corner, but definitely 60 seemed a little too fast. So I'm glad that I at least noticed before it was too late. That would not have been ideal. Again, the views on this drive are just beautiful. We got rock formations off to the right that we're now kind of starting to stray away from. Got the Columbia off to the left there. Lots of cool bridges that cross the Columbia. And there's one of them right there. Obviously that one's not too special, and it's blocked by my mirror at the moment. But still, there's a lot of cool ones. And I was about to say, wow, this guy's really got the hammer down passing me, but then I realized I'm not even going the speed limit, so we can get on up to 65 now. lots of windmills. That's always been something that I found interesting about this drive, is how many windmills you'll see off on the hills. Probably hundreds, and they go for miles and miles and miles. And there was one time where I drove by them at night, and it was a sea of red flashing lights. Couldn't actually see the windmills themselves, but you could definitely see the red lights on top of them. And we got more cool rock formations off to the right. Very pretty. Not entirely sure. Looks like we're getting kind of close to our exit where we cross over into Washington. I would think maybe another 100 miles or so. So obviously not super close, but the grand scheme of things, it's fairly close. Alright, I know I probably could have passed this guy, but I think I'd rather just stay behind him just to be sure I don't miss my exit, because now we are getting a fair bit closer. Whoa, we're slowing down a lot. Alright. Not entirely sure. Oh, rest area. Okay. I was like, not entirely sure why we're slowing down so much. There's not really anything up ahead that would warrant it, but I guess there was, because there's a rest stop that everybody's slowing down for. So, still a little weird. Don't know why they didn't slow down once they were on the exit ramp, but no harm, no foul. Just caught me off guard a little bit. It happens. And here we are coming up to our exit. We're going to be crossing over into Washington, and then pretty shortly after we cross into Washington, we will be at our delivery point. So we are coming up on the final stages of our trip here. And this curve says 65 is how fast you can take this curve at, but I do not believe that, because I am going 35-ish, 40-ish, and that seems like about the right speed. I feel like faster than that would have been a little too much, but again, maybe I'm just a little bit uneasy since I'm still kind of new to this. There we go, 22 miles to Kennewick. So like I said, last leg of the journey here. We do have a way station in 1 mile. Hopefully we can bypass this one as well, just like we did with the one earlier, but I guess we are just about to find out. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Ah, nope. Gotta stop this time. Bummer. Was really hoping we'd get all greens, but we did not. So go ahead and pull in here. I gotta get slowed down all the way down to 10 miles an hour. There we go. Alright, we'll creep forward onto the weigh station here, or onto the scales, I'm sorry. And we will go ahead and give it a second, and we have now got the green light, so we are all set. We got a truck coming up from the empty lane, but he seems to be slowing down to let us go, so thank you to him for that. And then it looks like we don't even actually have to merge back onto the freeway necessarily, because we've got our own lane here that is an exit only, and we are taking the exit, so we don't have to really even get up to speed, and therefore I'm not going to. I'm just going to stay at like 40-ish, and then immediately after this we're making another right, and it looks like our destination is right there. Alright, let's see. Can I sneak through here? Not really looking like it, so I'm just going to go ahead and stop right here. I probably could make it I think the trailer would probably jump the curb a little bit though. And look at that, the light went green after just a couple seconds anyway, so would have been for nothing. I probably would have been driving over the curb as the light went green and would have looked like a moron. So glad I just decided to be patient. It worked out in my favor. Alright, and then we're going to be making another right at the light here, and thankfully these lanes kind of moved to the left a little bit to give us plenty of room. And there we go, and then finally we are turning into the Walmart here. So we've done a lot of delivering for Walmart so far. In fact, that is all we've done so far. And then we'll follow the signs. Receiving is back this way. Once again, no guard shack or anything, nothing with any information on where to deliver to. So once again, I'm going to go ahead and pull over here and figure out where they want this trailer. Alright, so we have figured out where it is supposed to go. It is around the corner, and then it is a little bit of an interesting spot. May have to do a little bit of an interesting back, but don't think it'll be an issue. I at least don't have to do a blind back, which is good. I am not looking forward to the first time I have to do one of those. And I'm very thankful that that is not today. So we're going to go ahead and get our left window rolled down here so we can once again lean out. And as you can see, we are going to be delivering right to that dock there to the left of this Walmart trailer. So, like I said, it's going to be a little interesting. I think what I'll do is kind of line up over here and then sort of jackknife the trailer, and then we'll work from there. So let's go ahead, get this set up. We'll lean out of the window here, get it in reverse, and again, we've got those annoying backup beepers. So I'll go ahead and turn down the audio for you here, so that way you don't have to hear it quite as much. Alright, and there we go. We have bumped the dock. Let me get it out of reverse so that you guys don't have to hear that anymore. Go ahead and put the parking brake on here. We can turn the hazards off. That back went significantly smoother than I thought it would, so I am very, very happy with that. Let's go ahead and get this trailer detached and figure out what the company wants from me next. So they did once again have me switch trucks. This time we're going to be in a day cab. We're going from Kennewick, obviously where the last delivery was, back to Portland this time. However, I am going to go ahead and have that start in the next video. So thank you guys so much for watching this one. I certainly appreciate you being here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hopefully I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.